At long last, today we're going to be finally making my Potsticker dumplings. These things are fantastic, and as always, with all my recipes, this comes together really quickly. Let's go. We're going to need some ground pork, some peeled shrimp, some ginger and some garlic, green onions, some fresh cilantro, some dried Chinese mushrooms. Make sure you soak them well in advance for about a half an hour. Some soy sauce, some fish sauce, a little bit of sesame oil, some MSG, some white pepper, a tiny bit of sugar. Last but not least, you are gonna need some dumpling wrappers. Probably a pack of 2, but just in case, I advise to have a second pack depending on how much of the filling that you make. I like to just break this up to start and just give this a little bit of salting and set it aside. Next, let's get these shrimp out of the shell. Okay, now we're just gonna pulse our mushrooms and our shrimp. So just throw the rehydrated mushrooms directly into your food processor, and we're just gonna give them a few little pulses. Perfect, that's all you want. Because now we're gonna add our shrimp. You can dice the shrimp by hand if you want. It takes a lot longer. I can never tell the difference. So don't turn your shrimp into a shrimp mushroom mousse. Just give it a few quick pulses and you will achieve what you want. So. That's it. Anything more than this, you're going to start to whip air into it and it'll end up being a mousse. That's not what we're looking for. You still want little chunks of shrimp. This is perfect. Okay, now with a clean hand, we just mix it all up. So you can use just water, but I always like to throw a little bit of cornstarch in to the dish that I'm using to wet the edges. This ensures that it's going to stick. We got our little dumpling, pick it up in your hand. We're going to take only about a teaspoon of your mix, your pork shrimp mix. I'm going to wet that edge. Hold it up to the top. So what we want to do is, you're not like a traditional dumpling where you're creating a crimped edge. This one, you are squeezing it together, but you're leaving the 2 sides open. Like that. And you just want to push down on them and have a nice clean sheet pan or hotel tray to the side. And we're just going to repeat this process a gazillion times. got our first row of our dumplings finished. Let's pause there and cook some. Before we get them into the frying pan, let's make a delicious little dipping sauce. There's two I like to make. One's more traditional and one's something that I just put together. First one, the traditional one. A little bit Japanese soy sauce. We're gonna do this in about a 1-to-1 ratio. We've got shoyu, same amount of black vinegar. You can use red vinegar as well. And a big helping of chili crunch. That's literally it. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. And one that I'm quite fond of, to take a light soy sauce. Again, some chili crunch. This I go look quite heavy. About 2 big heaping tablespoons. Just a little sesame oil. And that's it. Okay, let's cook some. So the one thing you do want to check is I use about a 10-inch pan and a dinner plate that fits inside of it. Because what you're going to want to do after they're finished is we got to do a flip like that. We're just going to take some neutral oil, like an avocado oil or canola, a little bit into the pan. Okay, now we're just going to put our dumplings in here. It doesn't have to be fully hot yet. It's actually smarter to put them in as it's still coming up to heat. You only want to do about 10. Keep them crowded. Make sure we've got space along the edges here. We want them sort of dead center in the pan because we want to be able to put that plate in when they're ready. Again, this is why we push them flat, so you got a nice flat edge that sticks along the bottom. They're all lined up perfectly. We're just going to pour water in and we cover with a lid. We're going to let those fry until the steam stops. The dumplings will absorb it all, and it's going to have developed a really great crust on the bottom of the dumpling. Let's just take a little peek at those. So we still have some water in there. It's got to be gone. Keep going. Okay, those are done. Water's gone. You can smell a little caramelization there. It's time to get them off the heat and get the plate on. Carefully drop that down in there. I like to take a towel, put that over the plate, and a quick flip. There we go. Clean up the edges on your plate and make this look nice. Well, those look good. Oof, I love making these. I gotta go to a Zoom call. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe and all that stuff. See you next week. I think I'm doing mac and cheese next week. It should be equally as good. See you then.